Hey, what's going on everyone? Today we're going to take a look at the AEV bumper for the 2019 Plus Ram heavy duty trucks. So there's a ton of different bumpers out there for these Ram heavy duty trucks. I'm going to explain to you guys why I picked the AEV bumper and show you some cool things about it. Alright, so one nice thing about having a heavy duty diesel pickup truck is the ability to throw a steel bumper on it and not really doing a whole lot to the truck as far as performance wise. So this bumper is completely steel. There are a couple of pieces of it that are made of like some polymer types, like this nice little trim piece around both the tow hook slash high lift jack slash D-ring recovery points, and as well as the metal bull bar here. So with this bumper you can get a couple different winch options. I'm going to go with the Warren 16.5 Ti synthetic rope winch, but you're also able to get the Warren 12,000 pound and their 15,000 pound series winch. It'll work just great with this bumper. With that, there are a couple like pieces that'll go inside for mounting that you'll have to get from AEV. If for whatever reason you don't want to have a winch, either you can leave this completely open, or they do make a winch delete kit, which will basically kind of block this whole area off right here. Alright, so another option with this bumper you can get are two different cornering options. You can get a standard cornering option that will work with your factory fender flares, but if you're like me, I know this is going to be one of the big questions that people kind of ask. So I have 40-inch tires with the FabFours open fender system. AEV also makes an open fender system, and it's meant to work with, or the short cornering option is meant to work with their open fender system. If you do have the open fender flare system from AEV, they do make a short cornering option here. I will say if you have the FabFours like I do, or you just have your own thing going on, you can call them and order just short cornering option that doesn't have the piece right here that aligns with the AEV open fender system. So another option you can get is these cornering lights. And when I say option for cornering lights, I mean either, you can see here I have the factory ones. There's an option where you can select to use the factory cornering lights, or if you don't have those with your truck, you can get an option to have a Baja Designs, I believe it's a squadron light here, but I'm sure you could get a little crazy and cut that out and do whatever you want with it. So another cool option you can get is if you have these factory sensors, you can have them work with the AEV bumper. I haven't really had any issues with this. The only thing I will say is once you clean your vehicle, sometimes these front sensors that you can't really hardly see, there will be a buildup of water right here, especially now with being in Michigan and being wintertime. I'm sure you can see there's snow around, so it'll start to freeze, and sometimes it can get in the way of that sensor, but just one thing to kind of be aware of. So these gray pieces right here is basically like your recovery points for the front bumper. You can see here you have an area to attach a 1-inch shackle, soft shackle or hard shackle. I do have some of the big 100,000 pound braking strength hard shackles here. Not going to get into a whole recovery video about the difference between that, which is good to have. Another key kind of unique thing is right here on the bottom is actually a spot to use a high lift jack. So if you find yourself in an instance where you would need that, there you go. So with this front bumper, if you order a Prospector or a Prospector XL from the factory, you can actually get, instead of having this bull bar, a full brush guard, which is an option that I wanted to get, and it said it would be released late 2020. Now it is December of 2021. Luckily, AEV is not too far away from me here in Michigan, so I was actually fortunate to drive to their headquarters to pick this bumper up. Now the way that the brush guard kind of mounts with this, I know some people are going to like it, some people won't. This piece right here actually will come off, it unbolts, and then you bolt the new one on to the same location, as well as 2 locations on the side bumper, and it basically will come all around the grim trill pieces around the headlights and give you full front protection. One thing I'm still waiting to experiment with is with these LP9s. I'm going to be getting 2 more of them. You can see I have AEV's lights, light mounts right here, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But AEV does make, I believe it's their 7000 series lighting that works beautifully with this bumper package and the full brush guard. I don't know if I'll be able to fit 4 LP9s once I get that on the truck, but stay tuned, we're going to figure that out. So I guess while I'm here, I might as well talk about lighting. So these mounts right here are AEV specific mounting. You can see I have 2 Baja Designs LP9 Pros in a clear driving combo pattern, and basically right now these mounts are upside down. One thing that's really neat is they did that so you could mount different kinds of lighting. For the AEV series lights that they have, these would actually be flipped upside down, and they give you like a stabilizing piece that mounts right here to kind of help stabilize your lights. But with running it this way, you aren't able to use those stabilizers, but I haven't had any issues with these things yet. So down here you can see I do have their intercooler guard. Again, this is a diesel truck, so this is one thing you're definitely going to want to pick up. It's not required. They do provide you some pieces that kind of go along the sides here. But again, if you have a diesel truck and you get this bumper, I highly recommend it. If you have like a power wagon, they do provide a kit here to protect the radiator. Another nice little feature, you can see these big square holes. So down in here, again, I live in Michigan where it's cold and snow. I have my little heater for the, or my little plug for the block heater. And then once the winch does get here, this makes for a really nice little access hole to be able to get to that. But you can see there's just all kinds of room back here for mounting a winch. So one thing I will touch on real quick, again, earlier I did mention that AEV is local to me here in Michigan, so I did go pick up this bumper. Now, it comes in on a skid, but it comes in pieces. So you have like this main piece right here, along with the corner pieces, the recovery points, the bar. It comes in, you know, a bunch of boxes, so it does take some time to assemble it. But man, I've been off-roading with this thing a couple times, and it's held up pretty good. It has taken a couple little beatings already on some trees and whatnot, and it's been holding up pretty good. So I'm super happy with this bumper. Well, that pretty much wraps this video up. I'll link AEV's website down below, as well as the actual link to the bumper. They do still make a bumper for the 4th gen Ram, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to go pick that up. Also, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out on other social media platforms. We'll catch you guys in the next one.